Rocket, have you ever felt like giving up? Like no matter how hard you try, success is just out of reach? This is the story of a man who faced the same struggle. But what happened next will change the way you think about perseverance forever. The dream that no one believed in. Noah had a dream. He wanted to find water in the middle of this barren land. Not for himself, but for his people who suffered from drought year after year. When he told them his plan, they laughed. He's wasting his time. The ground is too dry. There's nothing here. Noah didn't argue. He simply picked up his tools and started digging. At first, people ignored him. He'll give up in a day or two, they said. But Noah didn't stop. Day after day, he dug. The hole grew deeper. His hands blistered. The sun burned his skin. But he kept going. Then the whisper started. What is he trying to prove? Why doesn't he just listen? He's making a fool of himself. And yet, Noah swung his pickaxe again. The first struggles, when hard work feels like failure. The days turn into weeks. The hole was now deep enough for a man to stand inside, but the ground was still dry. Noah wiped the sweat from his forehead, looking at his hands, bruised, calloused, and shaking from exhaustion. Then, one evening, his best friend Eli came to him. Noah, you've tried. No one could say you didn't. But maybe it's time to stop. Noah looked at the sky. The stars twinkled above him. What if I'm close? He whispered. Eli sighed. But what if you're wrong? Noah had no answer. That night, as he lay in his small hut, doubt crept into his mind. What if they're right? What if I'm wasting my time? He thought about stopping. He almost gave up. Almost. The breaking point. The moment most people quit. The next morning, Noah woke up before the sun. His body ached. His hands were stiff. But something inside him refused to quit. He walked back to the hole, picked up his tools, and swung again. The villagers shook their heads. Why is he so stubborn? But Noah didn't listen. One strike, another, again and again. Days passed. Weeks turned into months. The hole was now deeper than anyone had expected. One evening, as Noah was digging, a man walked by and threw a stone into the pit. This is all you've done in months? A hole in the ground? Face it, Noah, you failed. The villagers laughed. Noah sat down, staring at the dry dirt in his hands. He was tired. He was frustrated. Was this all for nothing? The moment of truth, a single strike, changes everything. The next morning, Noah took one deep breath. One more day, he told himself. I'll dig for one more day. He raised his pickaxe and struck the ground. Then something changed. The ground beneath him felt different. Hollow. He struck again. This time, a faint sound echoed. His heart raced. He struck once more. Crack. A deep, rumbling noise filled the air. Then a single drop of water appeared. Noah's eyes widened. He struck one last time. Collision whoosh. A powerful surge of water exploded from the earth. The dry land that had mocked him for months had given in. The people who laughed now stood in awe. The villagers heard the sound and ran toward Noah's hole. They froze in shock. He did it. The same people who doubted him now stared in disbelief. Eli stepped forward, his voice trembling. You never stopped, and now you've saved us all. Noah stood there, exhausted, drenched in the water he had fought so hard to find. He didn't need to say anything. The well spoke for itself. The lesson: success belongs to those who refuse to quit. Noah didn't just find water. He found proof. Proof that patience and perseverance can change everything. Most people give up when results don't come fast. But success isn't about talent. It isn't about luck. It's about showing up every single day, even when you see no results. Because one day, if you refuse to quit, your breakthrough will come. Noah didn't have superpowers. He wasn't lucky. He was just someone who refused to stop digging. A question for you. Thinking face now, let me ask you, what is one thing you're working on right now? Even if no one believes in you, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And if this story inspired you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Bell, turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. The question is, will you keep digging?